Well, another day, another video. Hey everybody, what's going on? Alan here, the Gibson Garage Speed Shop. And today we're going to be focusing on the Suburban, getting it ready for trade. The biggest issue, I've done a few things, we'll go over those in a second, but the biggest issue we're going to cover today is new passenger doors. Pick and pull, again, to the rescue. Those doors aren't perfect, but they're not smashed in. These guys are far from... they're just terrible. They're far from perfect. I mean, look at that. Blah, 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 blah. So it was like that when I bought it. Ha! Got him. Apparently they had leaned it up a side against a tree and it had just kind of went killing both doors and also a little bit of the B pillar. So it's caved in. This whole pillar's kind of caved in just a little bit. We're gonna take off this panel and see if we can try to push that back out for the new doors to fit a little better. And this door just won't shut all the way. You have to slam it as hard as you can to get it to latch. And over the years, the kids and everybody pulling on it, trying to get it to shut, has just completely ruined this door panel. So we'll throw some two-sided sticky tape in there when we're all done, and hopefully we can get this door to close. But that's really terrible, and I don't want to leave it for the next guy. And I'd actually just got the doors before I decided to trade it too. I wanted to fix it up just for myself. I got tired of it. And another thing we did was get the seatbelt buckle in here finally, which I've never used except for the last few days now. We've finally been able to use this chair because it's got a working seatbelt, so that's cool. Other than that, I mean, the stereo system was ripped out of it, so we don't have all 6 speakers anymore. That whole equalizer in there is gone, so it's... I tried to hook up some regular Kenwoods with a regular crappy little head unit, but the sound, it's really just terrible. But we're not messing with any of that. We're gonna give him the extra 2 speakers I was gonna put in the door, see if maybe he feels like going to the pick and pull and getting that stock stuff and putting it all back together. If I was gonna keep it, that's what I would do. I'd be going to the pick and pull, getting that stock equalizer stuff, plugging it all right back in, and then fixing this. Then you can replace the speakers with the cheap Kenwoods I bought. This one shuts a little better, but it's not the best of shape. Obviously I had to push this out. This is me making these dents from the inside just so the window would roll down, and it's just terrible. So we'll get this B pillar pulled out a little bit and put the fresh doors on it and see if it shuts any better. It also needs a blend door actuator. When I turn this on, sometimes this bottom row of arrows will flash, and it's my belief it's not the head unit's broken. I think it's trying to tell you it needs a blend door actuator, because at first the side ones were blinking and the bottom ones, like everything was blinking, and then I replaced one of them and the side one stopped blinking, and it works. I've got defrost face and foot now, and just the bottom ones blink. And also every time you turn on the car, it auto resets over to cold. The arrow stays on hot. For example, in the winter when I want the heater, the arrow stays on hot where you left it, but the doors under the dash move over to cold. So you've got to fool the computer. You got to sit here and hold it, move it over to cold, then go back to hot, and the doors will open up, letting the hot air back in. But you have to do that like every time you get in the car, that when you're trying to use the heater. So that's, I think, what those flashing arrows mean, is it's telling you to replace an actuator. It's not that this unit has gone bad. And also the ABS light comes on once in a while, and I pulled the codes for that, and it's like every code in the book. I think the whole unit, ABS unit, is just trashed, full of corrosion somewhere. Maybe there's wires chewed up, I'm not sure, but it's every code in the book pops up. And then there is one check engine code that comes on once in a while, and it's for an oxygen sensor. And I think I hear an exhaust leak probably at the header collectors. So we'll try to tighten those bolts up at the collectors, and then I might throw the oxygen sensor in there for them, because I'm trading it for a 2010 Subaru that's in pretty good condition. So I feel like, you know, I want to do a little bit of something. The doors already have, otherwise I wouldn't be bothering with it. But since I have them, I'll throw them on there for the guy, because I don't want to go and return them. And then I'll keep the old doors and take those back to Pick and Pull for the core. And that should be good enough to trade. It's got all working seat belts, all the doors closed, no check engine lights. I think that's worth something, a little bit. At least a 2010 Subaru WRX, Impreza, whatever. So first thing I gotta do is get this door panel off, what's left of it. And so we can disconnect the wires and feed them out. As at the junkyard, I just cut them, right? Not worried about it at the junkyard. But I can't cut the ones in my truck because I need this stuff to work still. Okay. How the hell does this come out? Is there something there? Oh, cool. Patch, just in case you weren't aware of what these do. I think they're patches. Okay, we'll save on that, see if we can slap it back in place. Alright, now we're gonna see if we can break all these. Well, that's not coming out of there. And Miss November rain. Okay, looks like some 7 mils, and then I can, oh, and 110. And we can get behind here and disconnect that. Then, what the heck? Guess we'll have to use some self-tappers. We'll drill these out and use some self-tappers to put it back together. The problem with this is the other door has a newer interior, so I can't use anything from the newer door on the inside, just the door itself. I'm just now wondering, maybe there's a connector in the inside of here somewhere that'll let me pull it this way. Okay, that's 3. Which ones are gonna, it's like tangled up. Get themselves in there. There we go. Hey, okay. Yeah, all 3 connectors are gonna have to pull through apparently. So I know the window regulator is still connected to this panel I'm trying to take off right now. So I gotta figure that out. That was a mistake. So you guys know the drill by now. I'm gonna do way more than what's necessary, all the wrong ways, and probably break a few things along the way. Here's a little access panel. Just saw, I don't know why. Just saw it. I don't think the latch is going to come out with it. The track is just too close, but maybe if I can pop the bars out from here now. Try to pop this through here. Okay, well, there he goes. Come on, you filthy mutt.
Beautiful work.
Now all that has to go back in the new door. And now to finally get the door off, we got to knock these 2 pins out, downward there and upward there. And if you're just trying to replace this pin that holds the door open, you're gonna have to grind off this top first. And then you need a door spring like clamp or some real good determination and some strong pry bars. But this should come off now. This should be the easy part. Yeah, the bushings are definitely bad.
Oh, we Dutch bros, Phil.
Hold. Hold. I can't believe you do that. Fucking $1,200 phone. Oh, the spring is in the way. I remember now. Okay, now with that spring out of the way, just pried it. Now the pin should come out. There we go. Okay. Okay, this thing's gonna fall now. Back. Set her down, not on the toes. So I'll take this panel off so I can get to the wires for this back door. Not that I know how to do that either. Alright, let's just take it over to the dirt. Oh, that was my knee! Ooh, that's a bummer.
What?
I need to get behind this panel and push it out, but there's another panel, big old panel right in the way. And hook the wire to the back of that sensor and thread it from, you probably don't have to unthread it, even remove it, but I just want it out of the way so I don't cause it damage. So I'm gonna cut a big square out of here and get a block of wood and start hammering this thing outward. So if we look right here and right here, we can see that this whole pillar got smashed inward, and which isn't gonna let the doors close right. It's half the problem, aside from the doors being smashed themselves. This kind of goes inward. So we've got to remedy that, get this crease out of here, get that crease out of there. This is supposed to be nice and relatively smooth here. I took this side off to get an idea of what it really is supposed to look like back here. And we can see here, this is supposed to be completely flat. Straight up and down vertical, no ins and outs. And we come over here and we can see that is not the case. It goes way out. We got a crease here. And this goes in pretty far. This should be straight. And now comes the time for hammering. It's all cut apart in here, and we can see that this was ripped away from that. We've also got a crease on this side that isn't supposed to be there, so we've got to push this out far enough to make the creases go away on both sides. And it's got to be better than nothing. Another indication of how far out it was pushed is this brace here, I imagine, should be flush with this flange way back here, and that's at least quarter to a half, quarter, like 3/8 over here, ½ inch over there at least. Let's try a couple whacks here, see what happens. It's like golfing. Keep it to that side because that's the more damaged side. Oh, that's actually moving quite a bit already, at least 1/8. Yeah, we've moved it a bunch away from this seam already down there. There's at least a 1/4 inch down there. It's moving easier than I expected, to be honest with you. Hey AJ, want to come hold this hammer while I hit it really hard? Or this block of wood? Getting closer. This side is hard to budge, man. It does not really want to move very easily. And this brace in here is kind of making it difficult. I wasn't expecting that brace to be in there. I'm gonna hammer this bottom piece in a little bit. Try to get it back to where it lines up with all the everything. Give me an idea where to line up the other stuff too. Just pretty much right there. I think we might have nailed it. Let's try to put this front door on and see how well it latches, because the front door was the one that had trouble shutting. Okay, I got this little socket in here. Hammer out these bushings and replace them while we're here. Now these things are kind of hard to put in. I've messed it up trying to put it in, and then I was like, oh, I don't care, I left it. And so it was a waste of time, but I don't want to mess up this roller. Goodness. On this side. Okay, you gotta be very careful here. I need to go down in here. Okay, whoa.
Sorry.
No.
Well, that's like pretty much all on your weight now, I think. Well, not all of it, but.
All right, you can let go. Alright, it's sitting on the hinges. Well, after fiddling around a little bit, we got them to fit. Now I think it needs some new bushings, and that might help take care of this gap. But I'm not sure if that's going to fix all of the problem. It's still sagging pretty low. But the back door seems to fit pretty good. Yeah, not all the way. We still got some adjusting to do. It still hits down here when you open it, so this B pillar needs to come out just a little more. Oh, we're back on the Suburban today, and I picked up a neat little tool here that's going to help us finish getting this the rest of the way out. As I might have shown you earlier, this is a little close, and as you try to open it, it still touches, so it's got a ways to go. Another indication that that corner is in is that this corner is out. So if we leave this hinge sort of where it's at and we push this one out, that should twist the door in the direction we need. So here's the tool. I've already got it set up with some 2x4s pushing against that other one, and I got that thing, that plate back there, kind of distributing the load, so hopefully I don't push that pillar out. But this is the best I got, so let's give it a shot here. A couple pumps and we'll see this gap start opening up here. Oh wow, I can see that moving quite easy, and there's a lot of opportunity here for stuff to go twang, so that'll be interesting. That'll be good to see. Oh yeah, that gap is getting bigger. I just hope it doesn't come out into my face. Oh, it's working pretty good. So now I want to see if I open it, will it still touch? Hey. Oh, and we are... Ooh, we're swinging clear. I think we still need some bushings in here though. We have no bushings. But I think I'll try and tap on this stuff here just to try and, you know, keep it where it's at. We got a crease inward that shouldn't be there, but I don't think I can get that out. I got no tools to sneak in there. I'm starting to get this. This looks a lot better. I had to cut out that inside brace that stretched across. I've got this a lot more flat now. This is still a little off, but this transition right here is looking a lot better. And then there's this transition that needs to be a little smoother. But it's dang near there as far as overall shape, I just got to put the door back on to find out if it's out far enough. So I got this ram in here. I'm going to try to shove that hinge outward a little bit. After I got to put some pressure on it with the ram, go ahead and jack that up, AJ. Moving. It's working. Put some taps, hopefully we'll force some memory in there. Well, I am going to do some research into a hinge kit. First, I'm going to go try bushings. I'm going to get some new bushings because the bottom ones seem to be pretty worn out. Maybe that'll get us close enough, you know, for what we're doing. If not, then I'm going to get a hinge pin kit, or a hinge kit, I should say. What the heck? How does he, how? Was it? Uh-oh, did my drill go poo-poo? Well, it's a good thing I got a set of drill bits that work with this kind of chuck for my other gun. That other gun just took a poop. I tried all 3 batteries and it's not working. I just used it to drill out rivets and now it doesn't work. I don't know why. Worm. We got the harness out, so we're just gonna drill the rest of these rivets out and get this old style handle out of here. Plastic clips in this one are way better than the metal ones in the older style. Okay, I need my Zen therapy. I need some. It's bittersweet ending here because I've got it for the most part. I mean, check out this back door. Ooh, nice, right? And I'm confident now. I've tried replacing the bushings and the pins in this, and they just keep breaking for whatever reason. I don't know if the holes are too far out of whack or what, but if I can get the bushings in without shattering into a bunch of pieces, I'm pretty sure the front door is good to go too, because even with what's left of the new bushings, I've got the bottom one in, it's mostly intact. The top one is missing 1 bushing, but you know, and it's gonna be close enough for us. That gap is closed up considerably, but there's an issue. There's still some issues with this hinge up here, so I need to work on that. But other than that, it's gonna do it for this video. It's Monday after Easter. Hope you guys had a good Easter. I had a great Easter. Today was just, it's like I said, bittersweet. I feel like I solved a problem but not solved it at the same time. You know, keep a smile on. But that's gonna do it, guys. Please subscribe, like, hit the bell for notifications, and if you want to help out, ease my emotional stress here, hit that super thanks button. I can start pouring some concrete for the lift in the backyard. But if you guys got any tips, I heard there's steel bushings we can use. I'm gonna bang around on this a little bit more and see if I can get the bushings or the hinges lined up a little better. But that's enough. You know, you guys don't need to watch me bang on that stuff anymore. And I'm also gonna look for those steel bushings. But until then, please hit that super thanks button. Please subscribe, please like, please share, all that stuff. You can look for me also at Gibson Garage Speed Shop on all the socials. That's my name, GGSS, Gibson Garage Speed Shop. Peace.